Have you ever felt like life is just relentless? A constant stream of problems, none of which seem to move no matter how hard you try. It's almost as if you're running in quicksand. Every effort, every late-night hustle, every leap of hope just sinks silently without a ripple. No matter how much you push or how fiercely you want to break free, life seems to keep serving up the same empty job, the same arguments at home, the same long stretches of loneliness. And sometimes you wonder, am I cursed to be invisible? Are my efforts destined to be swallowed up by a world that moves on without ever noticing? You're not alone in this feeling. So many of us wake up every day and wonder, when will things change? We push against the same walls, hoping they'll finally give way. The truth is, no one is immune to these moments. They're part of the human design, a shared experience, even if it feels deeply personal. Philosophers have grappled with the meaning of problems for centuries. Most of us start by seeing problems as barriers, giant monsters between us and the life we want. It's natural to react with resistance, frustration, even despair. But philosophy offers another lens. In Stoicism, Buddhism, and even existential thinking, problems are invitations, not punishments. They invite us to grow stronger, become more resilient, and discover wisdom we never knew we could find. Problems are not just obstacles, they're teachers. They shape us into individuals with depth and substance. Here's another truth. Problems don't just happen to us. They happen for us. That might sound strange, even unfair when you're deep in struggle. But take a step back and ask, what growth, what new understanding has ever happened without facing something hard? Would you ever have stretched your courage, sharpened your mind, or healed your heart without a challenge to push against? And problems are universal. Everyone has them, no matter the status, success, or external smiles. Rich or poor, young or old, every person you pass by is wrestling with their own burdens. Recognizing this can foster empathy, a sense of connection. Problems, paradoxically, are what make us human. So why do we have problems in the first place? Why do some of us keep running into the same walls over and over? One reason is growth and evolution. Without discomfort, without challenge, nothing would ever change. Problems force us to adapt, to think differently, to reinvent our approach. They are the pressure that makes a diamond from stone. Another reason is expectation, wanting reality to bow to our wishes. We create problems when the unfolding world doesn't match our ideals, our plans, our dreams. This gap between expectation and reality is difficult, but it also reveals what matters most to us. Change and impermanence are fundamental laws of life. Nothing stays perfect, nothing stays the same. Sooner or later, the tides change, and problems arise from the shifting landscape of existence. And perhaps most importantly, the subjectivity of being human means what is a crisis for me may be an opportunity for you. Our minds, shaped by experiences, values, and invisible wounds, color the world in unique shades. The same event can mean agony for one person and triumph for another. Let's dive even deeper into that feeling of being stuck. Maybe it's the same routine, the same unhappy cycle, the same sense of invisibility, every day blurring into the next with little to show. You're fighting, you're striving, and yet, the heavier the resistance gets, the more exhausted you feel. Hope can start to feel like a story you once believed in, a fairy tale slipping out of reach. And as you stare into those struggles, acknowledge this. It is okay to feel stuck. It's human nature. That's exactly why we have problems, to signal resistance where movement hasn't worked, and to invite new responses. When you feel stuck, the answer isn't always to push harder. Sometimes the wisest thing is to submit, to let go just for a moment, to stop fighting the quicksand. Release the blame for being stuck. Consider, maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're just taking the deep breath that comes before growth. Let's talk about the fear of mistakes and the sting of failure. For some of us, failure feels like a black mark tattooed on our soul. Every mistake seems to whisper that we might never be good enough, fueling worst-case scenarios in our heads, paralyzing us from trying new things. But here's a secret. Mistakes are a learning mechanism. They're proof of effort, not evidence of worth. Every wise person's story is built not on perfection, but on perseverance through failure. Mistakes don't define your value. They document your journey. The only way to never fail is to never try. But there's no growth without the risk of trying, and no real life without the risk of failing. Reframe mistakes as tools. Ask, what did this teach me? How did I grow because of this? That question alone can flip fear into curiosity, failure into growth. Now, let's confront comparison, the silent destroyer of joy. Social media, life updates, stories from friends, they become a torture device. Every scroll is a reminder that you're not enough, not successful, not loved, not living up to a hidden standard. But pause. Remember that every person is different, right down to the smallest atom. Comparing yourself to others only makes your journey heavier. Even two people on nearly identical paths move at their own speed, carrying different luggage. Appreciate your uniqueness. Your journey is yours alone, full of lessons, setbacks, and breakthroughs no one else will ever have. When you honor that, comparison loses its power, and envy fades into self-acceptance. Let's talk about the days when problems feel endless. Debt, heartbreak, anxiety, health, work. It rains stress until you can't breathe. Each new challenge piles on top of the last, making decisions and solutions seem impossible. Nothing gets resolved by panic, and nothing gets better by self-destruction. Start small. Focus on one problem at a time. Let yourself rest. Find someone you trust, a wise friend, a circle of support, and let them share the burden. What about those times when life feels pointless? Days blur into weeks, nothing brings joy, nothing feels exciting. It seems like the world rolls on without you, and you begin to wonder, what's the point? But here's a gentle truth. Not everything must have a cosmic meaning or lofty purpose. We're programmed to seek purpose, programmed to chase meaning. But sometimes joy is found in small, quiet moments. Your real purpose may simply be whatever makes you feel happy, peaceful, and content, even for a moment. Rest is a purpose. Small acts of kindness are a purpose. Try not to chase what feels impossible. Allow yourself to simply exist, to be present, to find comfort, even without answers. And above all, remember, you are not alone in your struggles. Problems, mistakes, fear, comparison, meaninglessness. They are all threads of the human fabric. You are not broken, you're becoming. Each step, each pause, each failure is part of your story. Be kind to yourself, always. Wisdom is not never having problems. It's letting yourself grow through them, one small step at a time.